All right, go ahead, go ahead.
Whatever.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
not, you're unimpressed by my topics, but this is something I just feel like needs to be talked about because
Well, I'm very impressed with you. That's all that matters.
whatever. That's such a pat on the back. That's like, just, good job, little buddy. You did good. Wow.
It
Okay.
was not even like that.
Absolutely was, but that's
It
okay.
was not even like that.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen now since, I don't have to search for anything. Um, but the clip is kind of long, but I think it's important. I do. I think it's important. And it's not
Okay.
so long. I believe it's like 10 minutes, maybe.
Is
Is that
it
too
is
long?
it no, it's not too long, but is it a
Okay, I have to
thing that
send it.
no, but is it a thing that I'll be able to hear or should you send
I'm
it to me?
sending it to you.
Okay.
Absolutely. So but first I want to preface it with this. I'm going to share my screen after I get this stuff because I sometimes read Wikipedia in my downtimes, and
Hmm.
I know it's not like the end all for information, but it is a good starting point a lot of the time.
That's
And
all
I
I
was
use
just
it for as
looking
a
up,
starting point.
huh?
Yeah. I think it's a great
Yeah,
starting point. Yeah. But it's
yeah.
never where you end up.
No, not at all. You're
Never
like,
where you
wait,
end
why'd they leave all that out? What the heck? But I was looking up Jordan Peele because I was interested to see. I wonder sometimes how certain people shoot to the top, while others that are equally as talented and work their asses off. What? What?
You know what they say, how they shoot to the top.
Well, I mean, there's many things they say, but
Hmm.
so I just
You
thought
see
I'd
that
take the.
Orlando? Do you see that Orlando Bloom video? What he's talking
Oh
about?
shit! Yeah,
Did
that's so
he did
crazy.
he did his thing? Do you see that?
You talking about the one with him about him and Will Smith, right?
No, when he said did he sucked his thing? He's like,
Oh
did
well,
he
I'm
maybe
sure that happened if Will Smith is his daddy or whatever he said. He was
what
like,
did he say about Will Smith?
he was crying, talking about you shouldn't have done that
Oh
to.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I do remember
And
that.
where is he now? I'm just
He's a
wondering.
trip. Well, I don't know when the Diddy video surfaced, but I was actually gonna make that a topic one day because I was just like, oh my God, what is he talking about? Is
Yeah,
this
because there's other ones too. There's that WNBA player, so we can bring that back
okay?
because
Well,
she goes. Oh, I'm
man.
like, and I'm with her for a minute, and then I'm like, oh wow, you just went left. You just said that Beyonce gave birth to a raccoon. I don't know
Yeah,
what.
you know that's how
Or
Donald
then I'm
Marshall
like,
is for me too. Like I'm with him for so
yeah,
long,
yeah.
and then he say
Mhm.
something, and I'm just like, okay, bro, I can't. I just can't.
I
I
can't.
just
Doesn't
can't.
make sense. I'm sorry. But I feel like that's like
Bro, you
on
wrote every
purpose.
hit
That's like
song. Okay, bro. All right, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know how he's saying
but
that
then when
shit?
he said that the Eurythmics though, the
Huh?
Eurythmics about how that's the
Right, right.
he
He'll
goes
say
like
something that sounds
sweet
like
dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? And he's like, some of them want to use you, some of them want to abuse you. I was like, okay, I'm listening again. Go,
right. Yeah, that's exactly
But
how it
then other stuff.
is. That's
You
exactly
make
how
it
it is,
hard
bro.
for yourself. You make it hard for yourself. Like so yeah, that's an interesting topic. So yeah, we'll come back to that. So Jordan Peele's wife is woman,
Mhm.
a Jewish woman who is an actress, but she hasn't been in a ton of stuff. And so what I saw, I looked to, I just was reading, because that's what I do, and saw her school that she went to, and because it exists where I'm from in Oakland, California, I
Mhm.
just looked at it, and it created such just a this. I was so sad reading it because here in Oakland, of all places, the contrast between it's always been that way, but it's like very, very rich white people and very, very poor black people. There's really not much in between, because it's such a stark contrast. And so I was reading the school, you know, curriculum, and it blew my mind. So I just wanted to pull that up first because I think it answers a lot of questions as to why, you know, people aren't stupid. We were talking about this before. Like you're as big as you can dream. And if you can't dream outside of your block or your what you've been taught, then you can't grow outside of it. You can't. You have to at least be able to envision a future. So this school really blew my mind. And so I'm going to share this with you right now, which is
Yeah.
Wikipedia. Okay, especially because it was right here where I went to school, and our schools had none of this. Mm-mm. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me? I didn't click share audio.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So it's called the College Preparatory School. Who knew? Another thing to note is where it is right here. If you can see the map, Upper Rockridge. This whole
Okay.
area, Claremont, Elmwood, like this, all of this was completely closed, as in sundown town, as in pillars put up, so no Black people. People like to think that the North, up north where it was great. No, it was not great. It wasn't great. You couldn't. Those pillars are still up, which I find interesting too. That stopped, Black people from leasing, renting, building anything in that area. So that's
Okay.
that's just
So,
something to note.
okay. Yeah, go ahead.
And that's where this school is. That was the connection to that. I just looked
Uh-huh.
at that. So school curriculum. Let's see. It's located in Claremont. Are you familiar with the Claremont Hotel? That big white hotel?
It's funny, every time you mention
Beautiful.
Claremont, I went to a school called Claremont High School out here
Ah,
in Claremont, California, but over here, and it's a fairly affluent, mostly white town as well. So that's kind of what was going on in
I
my head when
wonder.
you were doing that. I don't
Well,
know
no,
that
I
they ever
wonder
had.
what the connection is.
Yeah, well, I don't know that they ever had pillars. I wonder if there's a white guy named Claremont that founded towns or
Yeah,
something.
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
There always is, because all of these towns have the same names, like every street name, every neighborhood. There's something definitely there. Um, so curriculum. Okay. In the first 2 years of English at college preps, students are sorted into classes that read similar or all the same books and have no specific focus. Okay, that's not impressive. However, they're allowed to select seminars with specific focuses, for example, Russian literature. In order to facilitate discussion, classes are conducted at Harkness tables, oval wooden tables popularized by philanthropist Edward Harkins. I'm sorry, Harkness. Edward Harkness believed that the tables encouraged students to actively participate in discussion and that they constituted a revolution in liberal arts education. Um, so that's English. In history, the first 3 years of history have a preset focus. Freshmen take Asian worlds, where they look at the history of India and China from its founding to the modern day. Sophomores take Atlantic worlds, which explores the development of European and
Okay, so
American
they got a good curriculum, advanced curriculum. Is there something in particular?
advanced. Yeah, so let me keep going. Wait, hold on. Very advanced. It's so different from what we were taking in school. Honors and AP. Okay, so that's normal. Student life. So clubs, on campus clubs, that's kind of normal, but not really, because they have um,
This is her high school or her college?
high school,
So she went to
Chinese culture club, black.
a rich prep school.
Yes. But I wasn't aware of this, and some people may not be, that they have um, against human trafficking, leftist club, political action club, math squad, Latin club. We didn't have any of these clubs at all where I went. Um, Community service, they go to Point Reyes, which is interesting. That's the last place that probably needs these community service um, interjections. But juniors cooperating with Rebuilding Together system, various projects around the Bay Area, school-wide participation, Amnesty International is common. And then this newspaper, I want to get to, okay, so technology. In an attempt to combine technology and student life, the school operates three full service computer labs and 4 classrooms fully equipped with laptops. Each faculty member is provided a laptop, and each incoming student is provided with an Apple MacBook Pro laptop. The program is financed by supplementary technology fee to the tuition. Families may opt out of the school purchase plan if they have their own equipment. When students graduate, the computers belong to them. Um, see, and then they have their own app where they can, get all the help and stuff they need in their freshman year. So they start the advising in their freshman year, which is really helpful, I believe. This to me starts like this whole head start. Um, they offer counseling, health education, child psychology, blah, blah, blah. Retreats. This also is important. The school organizes a number of special retreats for each class. Freshman retreat is at the campus of the Yosemite Institute, north of the Golden Gate Bridge. Sophomores retreat to American River and participate in whitewater rafting. Ropes course, also great for trust and stuff like that. the intra-term period is
Okay, so you're killing me here. What is your point?
special courses. So
It's
I
a
think
prep
it's important.
school.
I'm sorry that you're dying every time I
No, no,
talk, but this is
but it's a
some
prep
people don't
school.
know this shit exists.
Hold on, I get it. It's a prep school, and they have a extended curriculum, but people know prep schools exist. We don't
That
got to
no,
read.
I didn't know. I'm a
You
woman
didn't
of.
know that prep schools existed?
I know that they exist, but I didn't know that this is what they did there. I didn't know
You
that
didn't
they got this level of
of okay, so
of
that's what you're saying. So this is blowing your mind because you didn't know this stuff. And I think maybe because I went to a Claremont high school that had some of this stuff,
right. I didn't.
that maybe for
No, I
me
didn't.
it's kind of like, okay. You know what I mean? Like
No,
whenever I
I
see
didn't.
whenever I
And
see a movie
all these
with the
kids out
rich,
here killing each other, shooting each other, and not and making all the murder music and shit. They don't get any of this stuff. Is what
no,
I'm
but
saying. Like, and a lot of people like.
whenever I see a movie and they're talking about college prep kids, this is what I'm thinking about. This is what they
Well, I
do.
mean, yeah, and I knew of college prep kids, of course, but I didn't understand the extent of
When
what
they talk about these
the
private
help they
schools
get
when they
getting
go
jobs,
away. Hmm.
huh?
So I understand that you didn't understand that you didn't know that they had all these things
A
at
lot of
their
people
high
don't.
school,
Yeah,
but it's super expensive also.
yeah, exactly. And I
Yeah.
just find that to be this just goes into what I was gonna play, but
Well, the thing is that wait, see, here's the thing also. This is just as much an indoctrination as the poor schools.
absolutely, it's a liberal arts indoctrination. That's like
So
these are the people that are.
so is this something so is this something to be envious of?
Well, yeah, because you have way more of a canvas to work with. You're not destined to
But it's
die,
all
basically.
working for the same thing. It's all
Well, no, I think that
indoctrination.
these people are actually these are the people that are. This is like close to
So
the.
you think that this school is somehow different and this is the one that shapes the leaders or something?
I think that there may be. I mean, we're not really talking about that topic right now, but yeah, I mean, I think that this is
Well, because I
giving
mean, you're right
very
to some
special.
degree, but to some degree, you're also just talking about where the money resides. I mean, it's just where the money is,
Yeah,
right?
that's that's
So then, where the
that's
money is,
yeah.
they've got better
So
cars,
then
they've got better schools, they've got better whatever, because that's where the money is, right?
right. But there's also a very special attention paid to actually teaching people and letting them see the world and travel in their senior year. They all travel, they go, and they get internships and they're already in positions to get jobs, like
Right.
and
But
they're
what is
they're
a
advised
job?
every step of the way and all that
I
stuff.
hear you, but you on both sides of the argument because like, what is a job?
Being a director, I don't know, whatever they think they want, even if it's not
But
what they
all
will
of
want
our,
later
but my point is,
on. I know
our
you're saying it's
current
indoctrination. You're
system,
still
our current industries are not built to serve us. So
yes, but this is
so
different.
let me finish my thought. So going on a fast track and having more options available to you to serve the master is no better to me than having no options. It's
Well,
basically the
I
same
do. I think
thing.
it is. I think it's better than going to prison or getting killed. I do. And if my
Oh,
nephew, like I have some nephews
but
that are
those aren't the only
so freaking
choices.
smart.
But those aren't the only
Yes,
choices.
but those are the choices that some people have because that's all they've ever known.
No, that's not the okay.
Yeah, they're
I
picking up
understand
beef
that
where their
they've
dad had
also
beef. They're walking
right,
on
right.
heroin, like
Okay,
whatever the fuck.
okay. So as much as it is true what you're saying that because they haven't seen this, they don't know how to achieve it. That's true, right? But for example, they've also never seen a community at peace. For example, they've also never seen home gardens in every yard.
Who has
So
been? These people have.
right, right. So my point is the only option is not school like this, especially if a school like this is it only helps you to serve that system, that B system
Well,
even better. Like
wouldn't it
why is
depend on
that?
who you are? Don't you think? Don't you think it would depend on who you are? Because I know that there's kids
Okay,
like say in deep East Oakland right now that wouldn't even be able to get into a bio lab ever. It's just not available to them to be able to disrupt the systems. Like these are also the kids that are going to disrupt the systems. They have to be, otherwise we're doomed. So this is not only just the people that are going to be working within the systems and creating the new tech and the new money. It's the kids that are going to be disrupting these systems too. And I feel like this doesn't give enough people a chance. Now, what you're talking
So,
about is what
so
my next clip,
but
what my clip is on,
okay,
which
because
is, mhm.
sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, that's what I was going to say. What you're talking about, I'm with you. Of course, I understand the indoctrination system, but and that's why I wanted to play the next clip because I think it's important for people who may not. Um,
I'm listening to you, but it sounds to me that like you want the rich people that run the shit to let poor people do the same shit so that they can disrupt the rich shit.
that's not what I'm saying.
It doesn't make
Not what
sense.
I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay. So
I'm not saying that anybody should do anything different. Do whatever anybody wants to do. What I'm saying is that there's a reason why things are the way that they are. That's my main point, is that people should see the systems in place that create the society that we live in, because this is so clear to me. Um, in
I
contrast to what
I think that I
your
hear you.
average working class.
I hear you. I think, for example, wait, hold on. Hmm. Like, if I was going to make your point, I understand what you're saying, but even visually, just looking at it, this you can look at this picture and just say, what do you imagine they have at that school?
Some people can't imagine it. Some
Yeah,
people
but
cannot
right,
imagine it because they don't fucking know that it
right,
exists.
right. Yeah,
So
so but seeing that something like this exists to me, I think is a little more, if you want to know something like this exists, you go look it up. I mean, there are prep schools like that all over the country that have that sort of thing in them. They're
and not a
everywhere.
lot of people are doing that. And I don't know. A
Right,
picture
because
is
why
whatever.
but why
A
would they?
picture goes along with it.
But that's what I'm saying. Why would they? What
Because what happens is that they get to thinking that they're stupid, that something's wrong with them because they don't have the same opportunities. They don't know that it's because they don't have the same opportunities. They think that there's something wrong with them. Like they can't get ahead because, you know, they're dumb or stupid or they can't learn or whatever. They're not being taught. They're being the teachers. The teachers have no incentives. The teachers, I mean, are so underpaid, and it's just hard for people, the people in it to understand it. Like everybody's doing their best, but sometimes your best will never get you there. And I think it's important that people know that. And the system itself, especially the schools that I'm talking about, those are literally created for working class or prisoners.
Okay, so but see, okay, now me, I take the stance that I think schools should be done away with. I think you could learn everything
Mhm.
uh that
Agreed.
school teaches you on a YouTube video. I think that
Agreed.
schools, like, none of it's necessary. So
Agreed.
I don't I'm hearing you, but
I hear you too,
I'm
but some
saying
people
people
don't
should
know that.
discipline their kids anyway. And I'm saying that not just the poor people, but the rich people too. People should be unplugging from this system, not envying it.
Agreed.
Right?
Agreed. I'm not envying it. Who's envying it? What I'm my
I
only
don't want.
point,
No,
just
I'm
so
not
you
saying
know,
that you're in. No, no. I don't. I'm not.
okay,
I didn't mean
my
that.
only point I would like
Yeah.
to reiterate is
We
that there's
understand
a
that there are
reason why shit is
disparities.
the way it is.
Yes, of
You know?
course. Right.
Okay,
There's a.
that was my only point. And a lot of people don't understand that. They just think that they're subpar and they're
So
just not
how?
good.
Yeah, I hear you.
But I'm with you on what you're saying, and that's why I wanted to play the
Oh yeah, play it.
there you
I'm
go.
wondering how to effectively show people that they have value.
I know. I I mean stuff
'Cause
like
I'm
this,
hearing what
letting
you're
them
saying.
know.
I'm hearing exactly what you're saying, and my mind, I'm a guy anyway, so excuse me, we always go solutions, like how do you fix it, it's kind of a guy
Hmm.
thing. So I'm going through this and I'm just like, wow, that's such an interesting thought project. How do you show people
So that
their
they're worth.
Their
and
word.
that it's not their fault, and that what they're shooting, what they think is success, is not even success. It's fake. Like it's not real. It's
Right.
not
Well, yeah,
for.
I grew up, I remember watching Good Times and watching Michael Evans talking about he's going to be the first black Supreme Court judge or first black president or something like that, And I remember thinking, we could do that at that time, everything was possible.
Mm.
Yeah.
You
Then you
thought it was
realize,
actually you would get
yeah,
voted
none of it's
in, and
true.
people would, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And then
I
you
mean, the
realize
American dream itself is like
well,
what you
the Amer-
cannot be everything you want because they're gonna stop you. They're gonna stop you. Like it's not. You can come to America and be anything you want. Can you be president if you don't have $2 billion? I don't know. Like that's not. It's not realistic to tell
listen, this is
people
what
that.
you trip me out because you jump in and out the matrix. You got one foot in the pool, one foot out the pool.
What do
All
you
the
mean?
presidents,
No, I was just giving
all
an
the
example.
presidents. Listen, all the presidents are related by blood. Every president
Right.
we've ever had has been
Not all
related
of
by blood.
them.
Yes, all of them.
No.
Actually, maybe one Van Buren. I think Van Buren was it.
Right. And
Yeah.
Trump, no, yeah, Van Buren, and wasn't isn't Trump not related
Ooh,
to that
I don't know
family?
about Trump. I don't know about Trump, but
Yeah, I think that he's not related to that family.
okay,
He
but
has his
still,
own.
stop. Every president's related. Stop muddying the water.
Now, the two candidates, as we will see, fit the bill in every single aspect. If you go to the web pages and you look at the bloodlines of the American presidents, then it is a known fact that all the presidents that have, well, reigned in the United States have all been related. So let's have a look at what the media has to say. If all presidents are related, which of the 2017 candidates will be the next president? As it turns out, both Trump and Hillary Clinton are related to John of Gaunt, a 14th century royal. Gaunt was the first Duke of Lancaster, who was the son of King Edward III, according to MyHeritage. Trump is related through his mother, Mary Ann McLeod, back to his 17th grandfather, John Beaufort, while Clinton is related through her father and the Rodham family back to the 17th great-grandmother, Joan Beaufort. The two candidates are 19th cousins, and so they both have the right bloodlines to continue this lineage. Now, that's another story as to why they should all be related, and it's fascinating that the Bible doesn't speak about the presidents of the world, it speaks about the kings of the world. And it really, over the course of history, hasn't mattered which of the candidates has won, because the candidates have always both been in the same bloodlines.
All right, listen, every president is related. That's why you can't be president.
Yeah.
It's not because you don't have $2 billion.
Okay, fine. Then the thing is that the American dream isn't real. That's the point. It's
The
not real.
American dream was created in Hollywood.
Right.
That's never been a thing it came directly from Hollywood. It's never been a thing for America. It's a Hollywood thing. It's
Right.
not
Well,
real.
it's still taught.
No, it's not.
The land of opportunity. Yes, it is.
No,
It is
it's
still
not taught. It's assumed because of the movies.
Okay.
Right? Just like because of TV, we assume that doctors know everything because we have doctors on TV. Like back in the day, Marcus Welby was like the first one. And then we had Quincy, and then we got House, right? We got all these doctors. So people think doctors are the end all be all when they are the third leading cause of death in the country.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
The media is influencing these things. Right. So the media created the myth of the Hollywood dream. It was never something that had
it's
anything to
regurgitated
do.
and perpetuated.
It was never anything that had anything to do with America. No, of course, it was
But
Hollywood.
for immigrants, you don't think so either? Like people coming to this country?
Okay, listen, I'm trying to explain to you that it was an advertising campaign from Hollywood. It wasn't American. It was Hollywood.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
I'm just saying that people believed it, so they told it to people. That's how all things work. It's like somebody teaches something that was a lie, and then
people still believe it. People still believe it. People still believe it.
And to me, that crushes
But
spirits.
people still
They're like,
believe
why am I
all.
not? Why can't I be an actress? I'm better than her because you're not born to be.
But you
This person
know that
was.
people believe all sorts of crazy things,
Mm-hmm.
right? We know people believe Russiagate,
They're
right?
gonna believe that Trump freaking.
Well, this is what I'm saying. You on both, you in the matrix and out the matrix at the same
How? How
time.
so? Because you don't
Everything
understand
is
what I'm saying?
fake.
Because you
No,
don't
no,
get what I'm
because no, because everything is fake. So on one hand, the school
saying.
system
No,
is
people, the
corrupt.
way that people feel aren't
On
isn't
one
fake.
hand, the school system
The
is a
way
corrupt
people feel.
indoctrination process. But on the other hand, if the poor people had access to the better schools, then they would
I
be able
didn't
to do
say
that.
that.
Like
I
what
didn't say that.
so
That
what am I
wasn't
missing? So what am
my
I missing?
point. Is there's a reason why
Uh-huh.
things are the way they are. And I would like to show people that this world is not what you think it is. So the
Okay.
reason why this is
I'm gonna
you're
shut up for a
not
minute.
because you're not good enough. It's not because and like you're not. It's because it is set up that way. It's set up for you to fail, for them to win, and at the end, nobody wins anything. It's not
You know
even a
what you
thing.
remind me of?
What?
What you're saying, you know what it reminds me of? The plan to
Hmm.
save the world. Have you seen
Um,
the plan to save the world?
no, it's familiar, but I don't know what it. What?
That's exactly what you sound like. Oh my God, that's exactly what you sound like. Let me show. Can I show you real quick? You
Yeah.
sound just like the plan to save the world. Okay, watch.
If you listen to me this time, maybe I do.
I'm listening. Why you think I'm not listening?
Because you keep going back to a point that I'm not making. I'm not
Okay.
making that point. I'm not saying poor people should be in that school. I'm saying that and people should understand that it's set up. The way that it is right now is on purpose. And don't feel like you're not. It's not because you're one way and they're another way. It's because it's created that way for a purpose. And at the end, what they're winning isn't even a win. It's not a win. It's just another, game piece. You just took over my screen. Wait, no. Oh yeah, is this the one you
This is
played for
what.
me with Ted
No,
with Chat? What's his name?
no, I didn't play this for you.
Never seem to be able to
You-
get
You're
out of debt.
saying that I sound like
Why there's
you?
No, this. No, just the intro. Just listen to what he's saying, and it's gonna totally resonate. Okay, I promise.
Okay.
Have you ever wondered why we go to war? Or why you never seem to be able to get out of debt? Why there is poverty, division, and crime? What if I told you there was a reason for it all? What if I told you it was done on purpose? What if I told you that those who were corrupting the world, poisoning our food, and igniting conflict were themselves about to be permanently eradicated from the earth? You might think that an idealistic fantasy. Well, let me tell you a story. We acknowledge there are criminals, of course. They rob your house, they steal your phone. They can murder you too if they think they can get away with it. We have all experienced criminals in one way or another. Criminals, as we know, are those who choose personal gain over the rights of others and have no regard for the law. But here is where you need to expand your thinking. Criminals can also succeed in business and politics, and can be elected as our leaders. If a criminal became the president, imagine what they could achieve. They could use the full weight of their executive power to commit much larger crimes and ensure they and their friends were enriched to the fullest extent possible. A criminal president could create alliances with other criminal presidents and then collaborate on more global criminal activities. Anything goes. Drug running, human trafficking, whatever makes the big bucks. The 20th century was turbulent with war, economic disaster, famines, and displacement. We have always accepted these things as just human nature, and simply the way the world works. Something inevitable, and due to the weaknesses of human nature that drive us to these actions. This is where we were all tragically wrong. You are not a criminal. I'm not a criminal. So how can we just assume that it is human nature that is driving all this pain and misery? What if it wasn't human nature at all, and as a result of something more deliberate? We were taught that capitalism was the cause of a massive rich-poor divide and the reason for poverty, which in turn is the reason for war, crime, and starvation. Others were taught that communism, the system of equal wealth across all people, was really to blame for the mess. But you see, folks, it is none of these things. It is not our nature to fight and be racist. It is not in our nature to rob from others. What you must learn is that it was the criminals all along. Yes, they got power. More power than a criminal should ever have. They rose to the top of media companies that control our news and entertainment. They ascended to the top of the banking system, also to the Oval Office, to Brussels, to the Vatican, to the Crown. They crept in quietly. They became leaders of agricultural companies who have control over our food supply. Also big pharmaceutical companies, the ones we trust to help us when we're sick. Nobody stopped them, and they just recruited more criminals to help them. First, they accumulated the world's wealth. They invented a system of money called central banking, which lends money to governments with interest, placing countries into eternal debt. People's wealth got less. Their wealth got more. Much more. When a criminal is already as rich as they can get, then protecting their ill-gotten gains becomes the priority. Angry citizens tired of being poor are a major obstacle and can revolt if they suffer enough. The criminals needed to prevent this. So they diverted attention to the last remaining competitor, the people of the world. You and me. We were not happy being ruled by criminals and having to work 3 jobs just to survive. They know we won't accept it. So they use their control of the media to set black against white, woman against man, young against old, Muslim against Christian. They convinced us we were the problem so that we would fight and destroy ourselves. To get it done faster, they attacked all aspects of humanity that make us strong. Like family. Using their influence over culture, they popularized lifestyle choices that led to a surge in broken homes, lost youth, and substance abuse. I could talk all day about how else they deliberately weakened us, and it would turn your stomach. We were just trying to get on with living. So where are all the good guys? Good people just want to get married, have kids, make a living, and enjoy their liberty. Well, there were good guys. Many. One became the President of the United States in January 1961. He knew about these criminals and wanted them gone. He knew their intentions for us all, and he wanted to fight them. Sadly, he had no idea how powerful they had become. Reagan also had good intentions for the American people.
Anyway, we don't watch the whole thing, but that's like what you're saying. It's like it's not your fault. It's not. There's a plan. There's a reason things are the way they are, and it's not you. That's what drives me crazy about how do you show people that? How do you let them know?
I mean, with stuff like this, definitely. But
did that resonate at all?
I mean,
have you seen that before?
It just bothers me that it's Q because of what's happened to
That's why I didn't play all the bullshit.
Yeah. But always, eat the chicken, throw away the bones.
Right? There you go.
So, yeah.
That's all. I just eat the chicken, throw away the bones.
Definitely. I love that. What happened though? Like what? Because that was at the beginning of Q. I remember that. Like the plan to say, and then what happened?
Yeah.
That's all.
I don't know. Huh?
Jack. Yes, I just wanted you to meet Jack. See this?
What's up, Jack?
So fat, and he's being so mean right now, but that's okay.
That's a big cat.
He's a big man.
That's a big cat.
I love him
that motherfucker don't miss no meals, huh?
Oh, but you know what? Truth be told, he doesn't eat that much.
Okay.
It's just his body type. Let's not shame him.
Okay. Whatever you say.
To be a safe place. There'll be no shaming here. The illusion of choice, right?
Yeah. Jordan Maxwell said you can elect your leaders, but you cannot select your leaders. Right? If you're hungry, they're going to say, you want a hamburger or a hot dog?
Right,
Taco is not an option.
That's insane.
Taco is not an option.
Unfair. Yeah, taco's not an option. You don't get a taco.
You're going to get burritos. You're not getting no orange chicken.
I said hot dog or a hamburger.
Right.
The lesser of two evils, right?
Well, that's what they offer. And then they'll have like the lettuce wrap burger and the soy hot dog,
Right?
but you still only get the hot dog or a hamburger.
Because I don't want to repeat. I don't want to totally repeat something that you've heard. You get bored easy.
No.
So,
The thing is, you were talking to people that maybe know nothing about this.
Right.
So
Okay.
B is yeah. So break it all the way
Okay.
down. That's why I'm always asking you to break it all the way down.
I know, and I'm like, you already know this. Why am I doing that? Okay, I get it.